The following thoughts on Hoppe Hour do not represent Cox Media Group or its sponsoring. Anything you hear may and will be used against you. Thank you. Voted as best local podcast in Tampa Bay by the Creative Loafing. You're listening to Hoppe Hour.
Are you feeling classy today? Sit down, pour a glass of wine, and listen to Hoppe Hour.
You're tuned in to Hoppe Hour, an hour where Hoppe rants about something. Sit back and listen in. Hoppe Hour is on now. Hoppe Hour is on now.
On the phone line, we have a very special guest. The first time I was ever on the radio in 2006, I was a little punk-ass bitch who called this dude on his first night on B96 back in Chicago. Shoot forward 10 years later, and now he's about to kick ass on Wild 94.9 in San Francisco. Julian is on the phone line. What's up, bro?
Hey, Hoppy, you're still not a punk-ass bitch?
That might be up for debate, dude. But do you remember that call 10 years ago, man, when I called you? It was like your first week on the air, and I was mad that you replaced the show that went to the afternoons. So I would talk shit to you. This is back when we used AIM, and I went on your website. God, I had no life. And I looked up your AIM account, and I began just blowing up your shit. And you're just like, yeah, call at 710. So I went home from the library because we didn't have internet at home, and I called 312-591. And I remember it was just so funny. I was in the zone, but you just like took my ass to school, dude.
I don't remember all the specifics. I do remember you, and I remember you talking. And to be honest with you, I got excited. At that time, in the beginning, first couple of years, I wanted to kind of, for lack of a better word, make my mark in a market like that. So you actually, I don't even know if you realize it. You helped me. You helped fuel what I was trying to do, because for me, it's a process for the audience to get to know who you are. And at that point, I was trying to what I like to call polarize the audience. You know, whether they like me or they don't, but either way, they're going to know who the hell I am, right? When you air calls like that, especially confrontational calls, people are going to know who you are, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was just weird because, like, who would have thought that a sixth grader trying to be a hard ass would be what gives you confidence and give you your swagger in the third biggest market, you know?
Right. That's awesome, dude. I don't remember. Did I give out your number on the air? Or I never did that.
All right, here's the call. I just want to play it. It's so funny.
I just, too. Yeah, you're like freaking annoying.
You are too.
I just would like to say, here's how you can like improve your show.
Okay, first tell me, are you a guy or girl?
I'm a guy.
Okay, I can't tell because your voice. You're kind of like a puber. You know what I mean?
I know. Yeah.
And how old are you?
12.
Okay, and your name?
Ryan Hoppe.
Okay, Ryan Hoppe. Where do you live?
Arlington Heights.
Ah, so you're from the rich north suburbs.
I live in a rich neighborhood, but I live in like a kind of like a rundown.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Anyway, continue.
I'm going to save it for the rest of the show because I want the listeners to hear it at the end.
I would have done that call so differently, actually. God, I sounded so, like, I don't know, like green. I don't know what it is. But, man, yeah, dude, you're bringing me back. You sound like a man now, and I sound the same.
I know. It sounds weird hearing my voice be so high. Like, I can't believe that when I would speak back then, it was that high-pitched. You know what I mean?
How old are you now?
I'm 22 years old, dude.
Wow. You're like growing facial hair and stuff. That's crazy, dude.
No, I don't have any facial hair. I can barely get peach fuzz, bro. Nothing much, man, dude. I'm so happy to be in Tampa Bay, dude, because I've always been a radio geek, and this has been something that I've wanted to do since I was in 4th grade. So how was radio for you? Did you kind of just get into radio, or was it one of the things where it was one of your passions?
Well, no, it didn't start out as a passion, man. I originally wanted to be on TV, man. I wanted to get on MTV, and I just got kind of lazy, man. To be honest with you, you tell yourself, I'm sure you know a bunch of people that say, hey, I want to do this, I want to do that, and I just happened to just intern at a couple radio stations, and I just kind of fell into it, and it was, to be honest with you, it was convenient at the time, and I dug it. Started in D.C. at Z104 in D.C. and just worked my way up. It was convenient at the time. You're in college, you need to get some credits, and I enjoy doing it, man. And I actually, not to steer this conversation off the tracks, but I like rock radio. I actually like rock. Like I would even say my personality off the air is very rock. Like male. But I work in a top 40 format, so obviously you got to cater to females. So, Selena Gomez all day, right?
Damn right, dude. What is it like when you have to hold yourself back? Have you ever said something on air on a top 40 area and then your boss got mad at you where maybe it was a bit too edgy?
Man, my memory, maybe it's because I'm old. No, I'm kidding. I think we've done, and you might remember, like in Chicago, I used to stop down music a lot. That's when we were in Diary, stopping down for minutes at a time, and we do those prank phone calls where I pretended to be a girl, right? And then I would set up like fake MySpace accounts and dupe guys. I record the calls and air them back on the air. I would probably, I don't regret it, but you know what? I do remember a call, and I think I have it on CD. Yeah, I said CD, where we staged. No, we didn't stage. We had a real girl call her mom and tell her that she was getting arrested for drugs. But the difference is that it sounded real. Like I had produced sound effects of police sirens and an actual, "Hi, this is Sergeant." You know what I mean? Like a guy's that sounded like a real police officer speaking through a microphone. So it sounded real. Whereas you might have heard that bit done by other jocks, and it was just they were just talking. I'm having other people in the background with sound effects. It sounded like the real deal. And this mom went, but she almost, and I feel bad about it, man. Like I look back and I would never do it again. But she almost had a heart attack.
Now, was this a thing where once you went to break, did someone just come in and yell at you, or did you find out about it later?
Found out about it later. They actually made a case to the radio station I was working at the time, and we settled it out of court.
Now, to me, that would get someone fired in 2015 where everyone is outraged over words and coffee cups. Do you see a different trend in radio where maybe you have to hold back just so that people don't get mad?
Yeah, I absolutely. In a top 40 format, there's no need to be confrontational anyway, if that's what we're talking about. Holding back, sometimes there's a lot of things I want to talk about, but I realize that it's not really – for lack of a better word, I just don't think the audience cares that much about it in the day part that I'm in. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like in music format, afternoons, nights, the audience wants to hear the music. They want to hear some cute short bits between the music, but I'm not doing mornings right now. So, to talk about, for me personally, dude, I have a lot of issues, bro. I got a father that's mentally ill and I deal with that stuff and I deal with not having a lot of family in my life, never have, and I always wanted to talk about the real stuff that I deal with my entire life. But I never even when I was doing mornings in Chicago, and this is not a bad thing. I just never had a chance to really open up in that respect. And that's a side of me that I would love to do someday, man. But I don't know. Does that answer your question?
Dude, I think you should do a podcast, man, because you have a lot to talk about. You're very good on air. I think people would love to find out the other side of you.
Yeah, here's the thing, though. I just don't know, and you might know more about this than me because you're like a super millennial, but I don't know the key in getting followers. You know what I mean? Like you put a podcast up, right? But you can't plug it on the radio, Hoppy. You know what I mean? I can't say on the airwaves, hey, because that's your personal podcast.
Could you put it on the website, maybe on the blog, or no?
I don't know. That's a sensitive situation. I don't even know the answer to that question. It depends on the management probably, but, I can ask.
Because to me, the best radio is when you feel like you're friends with them or you know them. Because to me, radio is about talking to the listeners. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right, exactly. And that's kind of what I was talking about. Like I do these quick short bits in between songs and ha, 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 you might get a quick laugh. You might not, whatever, but – like that emotional connection is something that I would love to do, man. And that's not even doing like crazy shit, that's just talking about real real stuff going on in life, man. And I never really did that much on B here and there, but not as much as I would have liked to be honest with you.
How would you describe your era on B96?
That's probably the best time of my life, dude. I love Chicago, man. I can't explain to you, dude. I love Chicago. I would love to, be back someday. It's best city in the world. That was the best time of my life. It was all. I made some of my best friends in that city that are still my very good friends. And the radio there, man, it's, like some towns, they don't care. Some people are lackadaisical about radio. As you know, being from the same market, you actually live there. You're born there. People love their radio, man. Right? Like people.
Oh yeah.
Like if you make your stance, people, they love you or hate you, but either way they'll let you know. Whereas some markets, man, it's like no one cares. You try to get them to care, they don't care. And that could be with good content too. It's just, I don't know the answer to the question, man.
What was it like when you found out that you were going to be the replacement for the legendary Eddie and Jobo show? Were you nervous, or was this one of the things where you just didn't have time to be nervous when you have a huge opportunity like that?
It's a good question. I don't think I had time to really be really nervous. No, not really nervous. I think I was just more nervous about doing a first time morning show with Jay, being that we had never worked together in our entire career, in our entire lives. So I think that's probably the concern for me, but I was never nervous replacing them. I never really thought about it, to be honest with you. I think that when you think about that's what can be detrimental for you.
So how much prep time did you have before you guys did your first show? Like, did you and Jay maybe go out and hang out on the weekend? Like, how did you guys build the friendship, which you could tell on air?
We didn't get a lot of prep time, man. They put us in there, bro. Yeah, we went out to lunch and we hung out when we could, based off our, schedules. But to be blunt with you, man, it's not like we got like months or even like weeks and weeks of prep time or time to audition. There's some shows, that I could actually audition off the air and practice with a new partner, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you've heard. No, it wasn't anything like that. We just kind of did it and learned as we went and made mistakes as we went. That's literally how it went.
Was there one show or one time when you said to yourself that the show had been officially like really good? Like in the beginning, did it just go off and it was really good? Or was there one moment when you said this show was going to be really good?
I think in the beginning it was rough. I'm not going to lie about that. Just like anything, I think you got to start somewhere, and getting to know somebody for the first time is that's kind of how that's just natural how relationships build. Defining time when I thought, yeah, this show is going to be good. I think, damn, Hoppy, I'm thinking, man. I think it's when we got our parents involved. We got our parents involved, and I'll be honest, I forgot the bit, but we had our parents on the air, and they kind of gave an idea, because your parents know you best, right? So yeah. We got it. They kind of gave their introspection, or their 411 on who their son was. So I think that's when it was, when I thought, okay, this show's gonna be really good. And the reason why is because we're so different from each other ethnically and just our lives, bro. One guy, you got Jay, who is practically married with a girlfriend he's had for 10 bazillion years. Shelby's the single girl that wants a relationship, and I'm the single guy that goes out and parties.
How much fun did you have going out each and every weekend? Was there like a nightclub that you would go to, or was it one of the like things where you would just sort of bar hop and see where the night took you?
Bro, I was doing gigs everywhere, man. Every weekend I wasn't doing a ton of stuff in the city. I started in the city, but that kind of faded out, and I started doing a lot of stuff in the burbs. I don't know. Have you ever been to drink in Schaumburg, and I did a bunch of spots. I mean, I was a guy. I went to Cicero. I went to Cal City. I went to Southside all day. I went to Berwyn. I went to a ton of spots in Indiana. For me, the fun was going to all these different spots, right?
Yeah.
And meeting all different, so many different people, dude. I can't even tell you, bro. Good and bad. And for me, it was all good, because it was just every weekend was just a different experience. You know what I mean? I like how you might hear some people say, "Oh, why you go to Indiana? Why you go to Crown Point?" Ever heard that?
Yeah.
I get off on that, bro. I love it. I love Indiana. I love going to those spots, man. I was doing that every weekend, dude. It wasn't just the city for me, man. I was going to burbs. I was going to Indiana. I went to. You're gonna go. Have you ever heard of Mantino?
Yes, I have.
far as shit, right?
Yeah, where is that exactly?
Far as fuck. I don't even remember the direction, but it was like over maybe like an hour, hour and 20 minutes. I would do gigs there. I drive there. Plainfield, Joliet. I went everywhere, dude. Drove everywhere, man. I don't know anyone that was really doing that. Like that amount of distance every weekend.
What's the craziest memory? Was there like a fan that maybe tried to attack you? Were girls coming on to you? What's the craziest things that ever happened at all these different gigs you did?
Nothing really crazy because I'm bananas myself, man, so nothing freaks me out. There's Paula. Paula is the stalker. She still calls me, man. She calls me on different radio stations. She's cool. She's bananas, though. She's like, she just follows me around, man. She'd come to like events and just kind of stand in the corner and just stare at you with these creepy googly eyes. You know what I'm saying? And people would think, oh my God, what a weirdo. I thought it was hilarious. I got off. I think it's funny, dude. If they're not physically hurting me, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. If they're not physically hurting me or hurting anybody, then who cares?
I know, like,
you know what I mean?
There's fans of 102.5 The Bone that are so diehard, and some people would think that I find it creepy. I find it amazing that what we say on the air influences them where they're a fan of us. I have fans in Tampa Bay, and all I do is sit down and talk into a mic. Isn't it amazing how doing radio brings people to have passion about you?
If they're doing whatever, following you, Hoppy, or whatever, and they're spending their time, I mean, it's a cool thing. Maybe they're missing something in their life. Obviously something. So you're doing something good for them. I think that's an honorable thing, man. I don't think it's creepy or weird. Like some people be like, it's the stupidest thing to me, bro. Like people will be sending like at radio stations, like you ever get like a listener that sends you like birthday cake or like food?
I haven't had that happen, but that happens here all the time at the Bone.
Right. I eat it all day. That's my lunch.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? Like people around the stations be like, oh my God, why would you eat that? You don't know what they put in it. Dude, it's fine, man. Okay, maybe I'm careless. I don't know, but whatever, man. They took the time to make it for you, then we should take the time to eat it. You know what I'm saying?
Why do you think some people, like the people who may not want to eat the food, that's the radio guys where the fame gets to their head and they have a big ego? Why do you think that happens? Because at the end of the day, radio is the lowest form of celebrity. We're not on TV. We're not famous actors. Why do you think radio gets to so many guys' heads?
I don't know. I mean, I can't. I don't know. Like, I mean, well, that's a good question, man. I haven't met many people like that, but if I'm going to speculate, I'm going to say probably the power they're given, bad management and money, probably. But I would probably lend hand to probably management. If management doesn't put you in check, it's kind of like your mom or dad, right? If they don't spank you for stealing candy or whatever, then you kind of keep doing it until somebody tells you that it's wrong, right?
Yeah, because that makes sense, because a lot of times when these guys get big ratings, they're making a lot of money.
Right.
Management seems like, now I haven't seen this, but this is what I would think. Management gets afraid to go up to them because they're the top morning guys in a major market. And
right, because they can't, because then those PDs, that's like 99% or whatever, of their station success. So yeah, they don't at that point, dude. I mean, as well as I know, they don't have any power. Those PDs really can't do. I mean, they can't fire them, man. They're not gonna, they don't have that power. That has to go up. That has to go to a much higher power, to the higher ups beyond them. So, and look, I'm not on that level. I'm not even close to that level. So I don't know that world at all. And I'm fortunate where I haven't really met anyone that close to me that I've seen, that I've witnessed. I don't know if you have, but
I haven't. But has there ever been a time that you've had a feud with a program director, or let's say a radio consultant, or have you always been sort of on a clean slate?
No, I've never. No, I loved all my PDs, man. I've been blessed. I've worked with great managers, man. Never really. No, I don't know. I've never really had that issue.
Have you had any mentors along the way or people that have given you great advice through your long and very successful radio career?
My mentors would be the guy named Jeff Wyatt that gave me my first break in D.C. at Hot 99.5. He is now he's like the RVP or RVPP in the Charlotte, North Carolina market. He's the best, man. It's weird. I know that I'm telling you about somebody that you don't know, but he took chances, man. He took chances on his jocks, on the imaging, on the radio station, and I think it's safe to say that not everyone will do that. And he's definitely one. Todd and Eric, you know them at B96 Chicago, of course. Much respect to them, and my past managers in Phoenix, and then my current manager, who I'm really excited about working with. His name is Mark Adams here in San Francisco, who I've been following for years, for probably a decade now. I would say anyone that's influenced me is probably my mentor, whether they know it or not.
Now let's talk. No, go on.
No, I was just going to say the advice thing. I mean, I'm sure you heard the advice before is soak it all in, and you never know too much, and these things. I mean, I honestly, bro, I feel like I know very little. You know what I mean? I mean, even you, dude, there's probably some aspects that you know a lot more than I do, to be quite honest with you. And, it's humbling, dude. So,
I guess my main thing is it's amazing how everybody in radio knows everybody in radio. So you really can never burn bridges. Like, you never want to burn bridges in life, but radio is the one business where you should never burn bridges because you never know when it's going to come back to bite you in the ass.
Exactly. It's a gift and it's a curse. You want to know why? Like radio is like a clique in high school. It's just a big group in high school, and just like you said, everybody knows each other. And what sucks about it is that some people will get a bad rap, and it may not even be true.
Yeah.
But someone spreads a rumor about it, and everybody believes it, right? And it could go vice versa. Somebody gets a bad rap, and maybe it's deserved, and they get quote unquote blackballed. But that's why I said that's why it's a gift and a curse. You got to watch what you say. Well, what's kind of cruddy about the whole thing is sometimes you have to watch what you say. Like, to be honest with you, right now, I got to watch what I say, right? Because, whoever's listening, you got to be on your P's and Q's. I don't have anything really bad to say, but, you still have to be privy of what you say because you don't know who's going to listen and you don't want anyone to take it the wrong way. And I think you kind of get what I'm saying, right?
Dude, isn't it weird? Because I know exactly what you're saying. Isn't it weird how, like, everybody gets offended by everything? Like, I go on long-winded, not really offensive rants, but I speak my mind. You're in the top 40 format where you're never really at a nervous point where you might offend somebody. But isn't it weird how they can literally take the most easy, nice thing you said and complain about it? Because that's what I don't like about the fake outrage is that you're always on eggshells hoping that some blogger doesn't get offended.
I will say this. I don't get that deep, okay? Because in what I do right now currently, I don't need to get that deep. I'm just here to entertain people, inform them, right?
Yeah.
And touch on pop culture, make people laugh, right? Entertain. So, but I think that the offensive issues, this is just what I think probably is when you start getting into religion, you start getting into, politics, start getting into things of that nature, right, Hoppy? Like when you start getting into things that people are, race, things like that.
Oh,
people
yeah.
are very sensitive about that. That's when obviously you can offend people. I don't get into that arena at all. It's not what I do. It's not my gig. But yeah, I mean, when you start touching about that, you really got to watch what you say. Absolutely, though.
Now let's.
Or if you're going to say it, you got to back it up or know exactly what you're talking about. That's another reason why I don't touch it, because I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to say it if I don't know what I'm talking about, right?
That's some of the best advice I got from someone once is if you're going to say something that's outspoken on the radio or on social media, you better be able to back it up and explain why you said it.
Yeah, because you don't know who's going to call you out, especially on those sectors, man, religion and race and,
So now let's talk about how has the transition to San Francisco been? Like, what's it like when you find out that you got hired at the legendary Wild 94.9?
Well, I've only been here 5 days, so it's still sinking in. I'm adjusting. It was crazy, man. Yeah, the dude, Mark, he called me when I was at a Chipotle in Phoenix, and I thought, because I was already tracking for them, I was tracking part-time, you know what I mean? I was just sending it over from Phoenix, and I thought he was calling to complain, to, like, critique a break or something that I sent that was not good. And, and lo and behold, he called me to talk about, possibly doing afternoons. And, it's just one of those situations where I'd been in Phoenix for a while. I was getting comfortable, and I didn't know how long it was going to be before I get back into a major. So, yeah, man. It's cool, man. I mean, I'm pretty relaxed these days, Hoppy. So, I think inside I'm thinking, wow, this is bananas. This is crazy. I'm not one to like jump up and down and, voice my excitement and scream. You know what I mean?
I think I would be that way, man, because you're in the fourth biggest market. I mean, yeah. I love San Francisco. I've been there twice, dude. It's so unique. I love the vibe of it. I love the roads. I mean, it's just a really fun city.
Oh, absolutely, dude. Like every day, actually, my friend Klein is here too. He's visiting from out of town. He's a radio guy too, and every day I'm just driving. We're checking out different places. You got to remember, I've only been here like 4 or 5 days, so we're trying out different restaurants and things like that. And it is amazing, dude. Like in a lot of ways, I like it more than Chicago. I mean, it's really tough because they all have their positives and negatives. But man, this city it's amazing, dude. Like culturally and just I can't really explain it, man. But for me, whenever I move in a new city, my biggest concern right now is making friends, man. People don't know, but you want to get a crew together. You want to get good friends together. So that's like, for me personally, whenever I move, that's like my main thing, Hoppy.
Now, is it hard to break a lease, or were you lucky? Because I've always wondered that. How does it go when adults who work in radio move from one market to another?
Hoppy, what are you then? If I'm an adult,
my mom helped me break my lease when I moved from Cleveland to here, so I'm always fascinated by the bigger names in radio. What's it like when you move?
All right, well, okay, you got to take the gamble. You got to take the gamble because you never know when someone's going to call you with a job or, whatever. So if you're in a lease, then you're screwed. You might have to pay it out. I got lucky where I knew some stuff was going down, right? Like I was to candidly speak, I was up for other things. I was having conversations, within the company, blah, blah, blah. So I knew around that time frame something might pop, right? So my lease I got lucky, was just getting ready to, I guess, expire. I was going to pay month to month. Month to month means, Hoppy, for us adults,
yes,
is when you have to pay a little bit more money to go month to month.
Yeah.
Right? So I was getting ready to do that, but it just so happened that this opportunity happened when my lease was ending. So I might have paid 2 or 3 weeks more than I had to, but hey, man, it just happened to work out. I'm blessed, Well, one of the rare times it works out, bro, because usually it never does.
What was your time like in Phoenix? Because it seems like a very unique and underrated city.
It was hot, Hoppy.
I bet. Were the girls hot there? Were there some hot girls?
Yes, they're hot as shit. All the girls there are hot. Scottsdale, yeah, they're probably some of the hottest girls I've ever seen. For me, it was relaxing, man. My management, I love working at iHeart Phoenix. I'm not just saying that because you're recording me. No, I really, dude, no bullshit aside, awesome staff. I love working there. But off the air, it wasn't for me. I will say that. Okay?
Yeah.
It was, I'm not a desert type of guy. I don't like camping, and I don't like trucks, lifted all the way up to the fucking sky. All right? Literally, you know what I'm talking about, Hoppy. I'm sure you got it there in Tampa. You got these dudes with big-ass trucks with these big-ass wheels.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Those guys have the most tiny penises, and they never get laid because there's no reason ever your car should be that big. You're obviously wanting attention because your parents never cared about you.
Right. And that's actually true. I said that actually on the radio, except for the penis part. But yeah, Phoenix is awesome. The girls are awesome. I made some of my best friends there. I made three to four best friends there, which is a lot, Hoppy. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
who can say that? I'm talking about friends that I'll know forever that are kind of what I call lifers. So
Yeah.
Phoenix, it was awesome off the air. It was a chill environment. Everything is very spread out there, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you got to drive a lot. But yeah, man, good times, dude. And I'm so happy to make friends actually on the air staff, like management that I can call friends, which is rare, right? When you leave a company or for whatever reason, do you still become friends with the management, Hoppy?
No, I mean, I've just worked in 2 different towns. I'm not as experienced like you.
I'm not experienced, dude. I'm trying to say I'm not experienced. Is that I can call these managers my friends and I can still call them, which is cool. You know?
That's what I like about you, man. You don't burn bridges, and you seem like you want to get along with everybody.
I'm trying, dude, and I never said I didn't burn bridges.
Let's talk about how you do with the ladies. Do you ever drop the I'm on the radio card, or do you just go in there and bring them home?
Hoppy, I'm not a male chauvinistic pig. What are you trying to make me do? Number one, no, I'm not. I don't do what you do, and I don't say I'm on the radio. Hoppy, I'm kidding. I love you. No, I don't do that, and I don't, dude, I'm awkward, bro. I don't.
Me too, because I was going to ask you for dating advice, dude.
Hoppy. You don't need to tell me that. It's quite obvious.
Shut up. Now you've offended me. I'm never offended, but for you saying that, bro, come on, get the hell out of here.
I'm sure you're offended, dude. I've seen videos. You may not know, but I know more than you know. I've seen videos of you and that, what's that guy in Cleveland? That I've seen videos of you guys and your interaction and stuff. So, dude, this is not the worst thing I said to you, okay? Calm down.
Well, that's what happens when there's exploitation and bullying in radio. You end up feeling awkward on a big show in a huge city.
Do you really feel awkward, honestly?
I feel weird, like in new social situations. But, dude, you're on a couch and they're putting pubic hair on your face and everybody else on the show. Would you feel nervous, Julian, or would you be like, oh, yay, this is amazing?
Well, I don't put myself in that situation, Hoppy. So I'm kind of one step ahead. I'm one step ahead of you, dude. I don't put myself in those situations.
Well,
so
I was making $20,000 a year, and I didn't know what to do. So it's one of those things where you just kind of go along with the shock jockery.
That's pretty good, dude. My first gig, I made $13,000.
Yeah, man. I mean, what is the key to making money in radio? Do you get sponsors on the side? How do you do it?
You're asking the wrong guy because I don't make any money, Hoppy. You're asking the wrong guy for sure, dude. Again, you got to ask somebody that's making money.
How well?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, I don't, dude. I don't make the. Yeah, I don't like talking about money. Number one, number two.
I know.
I mean, you got to work hard. You got to get ratings. You got to do everything that I think that you already know how to do. As far as like, I'm still trying to learn, man. On the side. I'm still trying to learn how to do that. How to build a brand, man. I that's something that I need to work on. To be quite honest with you.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
You know?
Where do you want to see yourself in 5 years?
Morning radio.
In what market? Any market? Is there a specific one you'd want to take over? Would you want to be syndicated? How would this go down?
Dude, I want to be in a diverse city. I don't care where it's at. I'd love to be, I'd love to be here, to be quite honest with you, but I think I got work to do here. I need to win here. Chicago, anywhere that's cultured, anywhere that has a Chinatown.
Damn right, man. You have to go to this place called the House of Nanking. It's the best Asian food I've ever had. Oh, my God. It's like an orgasm in your mouth, dude. It's amazing.
Hold on, quick. Hoppy, say that one more time.
House of Nanking.
House of Nanking. Okay, where is Nanking, Hoppy?
Did I say it wrong?
No. I just like hearing you say it. Where is that, Hoppy?
I don't know. It's in Chinatown. Did I say it wrong?
What market is that in?
San Francisco, the one you're in right now, bro.
Oh, okay. Look at you, Mr. Cultured. Okay, you didn't tell me. I didn't know if it was in Chicago or if it was in Tampa. I went to R&G Lounge with my friend Klein the other day. Have you ever been there?
No, because I was just in town for a few days.
Okay, well, when you come, are you going to come to San Francisco soon?
I mean, would you want to fly me down, bro? I don't make a lot of money.
Again, are you going to come to San Francisco anytime soon on your dime, Sophie?
I mean, if I do, I'll come by.
Refer to your question about making money and what my answer was, okay? Hold on. My friend is saying fly Frontier, and actually you can get a good deal out of Orlando from Frontier for like $89. I'll let you stay at my house.
Dude, would we go out and just go crazy at the nightclubs, pick up some chicks or what?
God, you sound such like a douche when you say that. you sound like a number one, I'm new here. Number two, we're not going to go hit the nightclubs and go bang chicks. We will go hang out, Poppy. This is how adults talk. We will go hang out, and we will try to meet and make some friends. How about that?
Dude, I need help around ladies. They think I'm Al Bundy.
Think so? You think so? No. No. Okay, hold on. Let's say we're at a bar right now, okay? Okay. Here's the scenario. We're at a bar right now, okay? Hoppy, you're 22. You can be at the bar.
Yes.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
There's a girl at the let me see. She's at the corner of the bar, and you have your eye on her. Okay, you have your eye. You have both your googly eyes.
She's wearing a nice dress.
Right. She's wearing a nice dress. Okay, what would you say to her?
Hey, baby, do you want a drink?
I don't know who you are.
I don't know who I am either.
I don't think that's a good idea. Get away from me, you crazy person.
Listen.
Hey, baby, would you don't call a girl baby, Hoppy. They don't like that. That's really insulting. You know, for me, you should just be honest. Say, hey, my name is Ryan Hoppy. Nice to meet you. Listen, I'm really awkward, and I think you're really pretty, and I was just wondering if I could just buy you a drink someday. No, not someday. I mean, I was just wondering if I could buy you a drink.
So should I leave in the part that I'm very awkward or kind of leave that out? Like, would the girl be
Actually, you know what? Maybe you
intrigued?
should leave the...
Leave it.
Yeah, maybe leave the awkward. She'll pick up on that the first 5 seconds. or you know, San Francisco, we're very open here. We're bi, we're gay. I mean, maybe you go gay, whatever. Go green.
Hey,
go whatever.
I'll take that drink.
I'm good, dude. I'm not buying it for a dude, man.
Okay, I'm just saying.
I don't swing that way. I don't know what you're implying, bro. First, you get a little bit shock jockery saying I'm awkward, and now you're saying this, dude? Come on.
Hoppy, calm down. I'm just saying, keep your mind. You need to have an open mind about everything, about life. Just have an open mind.
Like
And
what,
refer
banging
back to the
fat
question
chicks?
About eating, huh?
Like banging fat chicks?
No. I'm glad you're on the rock format. You need to be on this rock format because everything you're saying right now is not going to be on top 40.
Would I be fired in a second?
Ever.
Would I be fired in a second if I said that?
No, less than a second. A trillisecond.
No.
Yeah. Oh, that Hoppy. You're not.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah. You're a guy's guy. You know, you're rock, which is all good, man. You know, I like rock radio. I like rock a lot, man. I don't refer to girls like what you do, but hey, man, whatever works for you.
It's not working for me.
Again, I'm not surprised, but you know, dude, you got a lot of time. You got a lot of time, so you're good, man. You're good. I'm glad that you're. You know, it's crazy that you're into these different markets, man. You moving speaks volumes, dude, because a lot of people aren't going to do that. That's why you're going to be successful. Not just because you're moving, but you're also you're pursuing it, which again, what a lot of people don't do. So you're very tenacious.
Dude, I put it out on the line every single time I talk into the mic. I know I'm not the most conventional host, but I just want to get my name out there, and I want to be the next host for the millennials, bro.
Yeah, no, I see that, and I respect it, man. So good for you, dude. Just keep doing. I mean, all I can say is keep doing what you're doing, man. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have all the answers, but I think you're doing the right thing. I think you're hustling, man. You're also got that other job to fund yourself, which is really smart. You know, I mean, dude, there's people that I know that say, oh, you know, radio better pay my career. I'm not going to get another job while I'm doing radio part time. And you know, those people are not going to make it. Dude, you know what I mean? You're doing whatever you need to do to make it happen.
Well,
right?
people who say that are morons or they're millennials, because my generation is a bunch of lazy morons that don't want to work for anything, dude. Oh my God, it pisses me off.
You know, I got to say, your phrasing and you're never at a lack of words. Hoppy, how about that? Very eloquent.
What does that mean? Go on.
I'm just being sarcastic. I'm saying you're very in your face. Like you called a girl fat, right? You said fat chicks, and then you said you called millennials morons.
They are morons. We're on our phones. I went to a Lil Wayne concert last weekend. This douchebag in front of me kept Snapchatting the whole thing. Like, dude, watch the show, even though it's Lil Wayne.
Right. Again, you're never at a loss for words, dude.
Dude, What if you were my co-host in 10 years? Wouldn't that be an honor, dude?
For who?
Neither of us, I guess.
For who? You're asking- Oh my God! Hey, Hoppy,
Yeah.
I'm not BSing you. I gotta pee.
All right, man. Where can people find your work on the radio and online?
Wild 94.9, wild949.com. Just download the iHeartRadio app, Wild 94.9 in San Francisco. Also, I'm also on Kiss FM Phoenix from 8 to 12, Tulsa, KTBT, and then Vegas, part-time KPLV on Saturday afternoons. And, just follow me at Julian on the Radio, Instagram, Facebook. Twitter is Julian on the Radio with a D-A. So the D-A, I know it's confusing. The reason why is because somebody else took the other Julian on the Radio.
Well, dude, it's amazing what 10 years does. Back then, I was a
Will
punk
you stop
ass.
saying 10 years? I'm not that old, so stop saying 10
Yeah,
years.
you are old. You're a veteran, dude. You're an old man.
No, I'm a newbie. 5 years. It's great talking to you 5 years ago, or 5 years later, Hoppy. 5 years.
You're an old man. Go grab a cane, dude.
This guy's hilarious. This guy's hilarious, bro.
All right, go take your piss, bro.
No, okay, I will. I gotta. No, that's what us old people do, dude. We pee a lot.
Yeah, man, and then you go home and watch Jeopardy and wish you were getting laid.
Oh, there you go. Hey, I'll be right back. I gotta go pick up my adult Pampers. Okay.
Make sure you eat pudding afterwards.
Hey, congratulations.
Yeah.
This is my out, okay? Because otherwise, it's just gonna be you laying these insulting lines on me. It was good talking to you, dude, and congratulations on everything you're doing and doing the podcast, man. You're getting a lot of listens, bro. And I guess I'll talk to you later. Let me know when you're in San Francisco.
Sounds good, bro. Keep up the good work.
Cool. No problem. I'll talk to you later. Yeah.
All right, sounds good. All right, bye, bro.
All right, later.
It really is amazing what 10 years does. Back then was this radio geek who would record radio via a CD player and cassette player that I got for Christmas in about 2004. And I remember the first night that Julian was on B96, and I hated it. Back then, I didn't have internet on my computer at home. So what I did was I would go to the library, and I would look up radio shows. And I hated Julian so much. But of course, I've grown to like him, and he's been one of my good friends in this business. But I hated him at first so much. So what happened was I would message him via AIM. Remember that? Good old AOL. And I would talk smack to him, and he's like, okay, dude, why don't you call in at 7:10 tonight? And I called in, and he took me to school. But that was the first time I was ever on the radio. And it's funny how back in 2006, I was a little punk-ass radio geek with a very high voice, and you go 10 years later, and I'm just a punk-ass with a very unconventional radio voice. It's amazing where 10 years takes you. I've wanted to go into this business for so long. It's funny how you grow up listening to Julian when he was the Night Ninja on B96, and you grow up listening to Julian when it was Jay and Julian in the morning, and you see his billboards on the highway while you're driving to school. And now he is a guest on your award-winning podcast. It's an absolute honor. All right, this has been Hoppe Hour. I'm going to end the show by playing the legendary clip when I called him, like the little bitchy sixth grader that I was.
I just,
Too.
yeah, you're like freaking annoying.
You are too.
I just would like to say, here's how you can like improve your show.
Okay, first tell me, are you a guy or girl?
I'm a guy.
Okay, I can't tell because your voice. You're kind of like a puber. You know what I mean?
I know, yeah.
And how old are you?
12,
Okay, and your name?
Ryan Hoppy,
Okay, Ryan Hoppy. Where do you live?
Arlington Heights.
Ah, so you're from the rich north suburbs.
I live in a rich neighborhood, but I live in like a kind of like a rundown.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Anyway, continue.
So I'd like to say that I hate your show because you sound like Pee Wee Herman. You give me bad memories of watching a TV show trying to listen to B96, and I used to hear like a Pee Wee Herman like dumbass voice.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You sound like Pee Wee Herman. I'm Julian on the radio.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Has your mom ever had any children that ever lived?
Oh, shut up.
What? It's a legitimate question.
You are such a dumbass.
Hey, no arguments here.
Oh, shut up.
Hey, do me a favor.
Yeah?
Say hi to the DT. Say hi, DT.
Hi, D.
He says hi back.
Welcome to the night with Julian on the radio. B96. Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
This is an official broadcast of Hoppe Radio. For more info, check out hopperadio.com and hoppesworld.com.